I'm out walking the dog in the rain. That's why I've got my umbrella with me. It's been raining lots and lots this week, and it's reminded me of a story from the Bible that I'd like us to go home and read. So I'll go home, get dried off, and I'll read you the story. Ah, that's better. I'm all nice and dry now. So let's get comfy in those seats again, and let's read our story. So this week's story is called Noah's Ark. People had become so wicked that God was sorry he ever made them. But Noah still loved God and obeyed him. One day, God called to Noah, "I'm going to send an enormous flood to wash away all these wicked people. So I want to build a huge boat and save the animals." "But what about my family, Lord?" asked Noah. "Please don't destroy them. And how will I build a boat big enough for all the animals? It's impossible." "Don't worry, Noah," said God. "You can take the whole family with you. You'll need them to help look after the animals. I'll tell you exactly how big to build the boat and guide you every step of the way. Of course you couldn't fit all the animals in, but you must take a male and a female of each kind. Then they can have babies later on. Now you must start collecting wood for the boat and food for yourselves and the animals." So Noah got to work. He called to his sons, "Ham, fetch me my tools. We're going to build a boat." Shem and Japheth, "Start cutting down trees and hauling the wood back. Here, get your wives to start collecting food. We'll be making a long journey." And Tar, fetch tar to make the boat waterproof. So with the help of his sons, Noah began work on a huge boat called an ark. It took a long time to build because it was so big, but at last it was finished. God sent a male and female of every sort of animal, and Noah led them 2 by 2 onto the ark. Then God called Noah again. "Get on board, Noah. In a week's time I'm going to make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights, but you'll be safe in the ark." So Noah and his wife, and his sons and their wives, said goodbye to the land they lived on all their lives, and climbed on board the enormous ark. Noah had all the pairs of animals on board, plus 7 pairs of all the birds. He would need these to make sacrifices to God. The skies went black and the rain poured down. The rivers and springs gushed out water from the depths of the earth, until even the mountains were covered. Every bad person was drowned, but the ark floated unharmed on the raging waters. After 150 days, God sent a wind across the waters, and the floods began to disappear. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, but it was months before the waters went down enough for the trees to grow again. Noah kept sending out his birds to look for dry ground. He sent out a dove, which flew around for miles, but it could not find a dry place to land, so it returned to the ark. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove out again. When it came back to him that evening, it had a fresh olive branch on its beak. A week later, he sent it out again, and this time it did not come back. Noah knew that it had found a dry place to roost, and soon it would be safe for the animals to leave the ark. That story, Noah was told to build a massive boat that was big enough for his family and 2 of every animal. And now, Noah, he lived in a really hot country where it didn't really rain very much. So people would come up to him and ask him what he was doing and make fun of him because he was building a big boat in the middle of a desert, which would have seemed quite strange. But Noah kept doing what he was told to by God, and sure enough, all the rain came and Noah and his family were safe. And now, next week, we'll learn about what happens in the next part of the story. So, let's go and do our craft now, shall we? Okay, so we're going to make Noah's Ark. We're going to take this bottle here and we're going to cut all the way around the sides. So I'm going to do that with you for you now. Okay, so this is our boat now, and we've cut all the way right round the edge, and then we're going to set it aside for the minute, and we're going to take our piece of paper, and we're going to draw some animals that will be on our boat. Cut these out now. Okay, so we have our animals that we've cut out. And now we're going to get some lolly sticks. And we're going to attach some double-sided sticky tape to the top of the lolly stick. And we're going to put on our animal. To our lolly. And do that for each of them. Okay, now we're going to go back to get our boat. We're going to get more double-sided sticky tape, and we're going to stick the tape to the bottom now of the lolly stick, and we'll stick it inside the boat. To the boat, some more tape. Noah and his wife, and we're going to put them in the boat as well. So there you go, there's Noah and his ark, and all the animals that were inside the boat. You can do whatever kind of animal you want, and have as much fun with it, and do whatever kind of design. I hope you enjoy this one today, and I'll see you all next week. Bye everyone.